So this is going to be a walkthrough of the current any percent route for Little Kitty Big City demo. First things first, you will press the play button and then you wait for this cat to load. The timer starts officially right there at the frame that, you know, the cat finishes the loading bar at the bottom, and it fades to white completely. First frame that it's completely faded to white is considered the start frame of the run currently, and so that is the frame that on retimes the speedrun moderators are looking for to start the run. You wait for this cutscene, and as far as I'm aware, you can't skip it, at least not yet. I've tried all sorts of button combinations, and interestingly, you can meow during it by pressing the Y button, as you can see. Outside of that, though, you just wait for this to finish up, which takes about a minute. And you end up in this garbage can here. And so, immediately, you want to be sort of moving your left stick a lot. As far as I can tell, the rate at which you move this stick doesn't particularly speed up how fast that you get out of the trash can. So as far as I can tell, that's not really an optimization that can be made. Anyways, as soon as you get out, you want to be holding right bumper here, and that'll get you into zoomies mode. And you're going to be wanting to use this as much as you can to get around, because this is just the run mode pretty much. Once you get around this corner, you generally want to hold the A button to enter in the, I don't really know what to call this mode. It's sort of a long jump mode, sort of a precision jump mode. Not really sure what to call it, but you hold A and you try to get on top of this. And usually that's not that hard when you are running around this corner. So as you can see, running around here, hold A, jump on top. You can hold A again, you jump on top of here, and then you make your way this way, and you jump across this little gap here. In the old runs, you would go through the house there and make your way around to this section where the other plants are that you can see along that wall, but this skips a little bit of time there. You long jump across here, and you can run towards the crow. You have to mash through the dialogue, which is something you'll be familiar with doing after doing a lot of this run. Jump across here, sort of run off. Not sure if it's faster to like run jump off or just run off, but there's that. First I'll show you the method that I currently use in my personal best, and then I'll show you what is theoretically better. So you can jump up here, and then you can jump all the way up here, and then you can run along here, and here you are. But theoretically it's a little faster to clip through the gate, and my friend Noel figured this one out, and I'm not very consistent at it, so I don't really use it in my own personal run, but I will try it a couple times and put in a clip of me actually doing it. So there we go, I got a first try, of course, and hopefully I will go back in editing and show you in sort of a slower speed how that works exactly. And you can practice by just hopping back on this red container here, hopping up and jumping back down. And so how this works is you long jump into something, but you also do a little bit of a spin at the same time. And I think with this one you don't specifically have to hold A. Yeah, you don't have to hold A after jumping. You do just have to do a little bit of a spin, and it messes with your hitbox enough to send you through the gate. And so messing with the hitbox in that way was something I discovered for a clip that I will show you in a moment, but this is theoretically a slightly faster route than going the other way, but unless you can do it consistently, and You might be able to fairly fast. It's not a particularly difficult clip to do. But if you can't do it consistently, it's not that big of a loss to just go this way around and to just hop up the top and then run off here and run along the floor here. So at the moment, we don't have a way to skip over any of this water here. We would like to figure that out, but currently we haven't. If we can, that would be great. But for now, you go around here and you press the left button when you get close enough to crawl through. And the next clip, which is the only other one currently that we know of that'll actually save time, is sort of you want to, so you can sort of apply that same sort of wiggle glitch, hitbox glitch that causes the clip that I showed with the fence. But if you hold A when you do it as well, there's a chance that you will climb through it. But the ideal situation here is if you line up with this pole and then you try to do the clip, you will hopefully climb through it onto the box. When you do it, it saves going through this route, and basically when you turn this corner, when you get close enough to the dog, it'll bark at you and you get sent into a cutscene with the crow. And mashing through that takes a good, well, not 100% sure, I want to say like 10-15 seconds. So theoretically going through here can save quite a lot of time, but if you're messing up a lot, it might just be worth avoiding that for now. And there we go, just got it. So that was one of the ways that it'll appear, and that was the same method that I use in my personal best. So obviously after you do this, which if you're really struggling with and you want to just get a PB, you might as well just go through the crow cutscene, just mash through that, which doesn't take too long. But if you can get that clip consistently, it saves a decent amount of time. Then you just run off here, you jump, and then you continue to run down this. Now, there's RNG involved with the next part. Birds appear, and you want to catch them. But, you know, sometimes it doesn't work out, obviously. And I would recommend spending a lot of time working on catching birds, and I will show you how to do that briefly. You hold the left bumper so you get close enough to a bird that is on the ground, and of course there's going to be a person. And when you get close enough, your FOV will change like it just did, and your paws will turn red when you hold the long jump button, and when you land on the bird, it will fly away, and you will be given a feather on the ground, so you pick that up. And you want to get 3 feathers, so therefore, obviously, you want to find 3 birds. There is RNG involved when it comes to where they will spawn and how many there will be. So, you know, that might be a run breaker, unfortunately. It's just how it goes sometimes. So once you have all 3 feathers, you want to run across the street into this little construction area, and you want to go into this pipe here, and you'll find the tanuki. And if you press X to talk to the tanuki, and then you spam through the dialogue, which will be shown here. So once the tanuki is done with the dialogue, you need to get behind the tanuki, face towards it, and pull. Press X to pull. You can talk to the tanuki, and you can spam through your dialogue. And, you know, so once it gives you the shiny, you want to alternate between the top of the D-pad and A, because you want to hit the top dialogue when it asks for the feather to open up this pothole here. And then you want to also spam A, because then the tanuki will briefly talk to you about ending the demo. hop into the portal, and you hop through this portal as quickly as possible by pressing X. You also want to scan A here, and the speedrun will end there.